Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah, and in today's video I'm going to do a glam transformation. So I'm just going to take you along while I get ready and do my makeup. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. If you're new, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the little bell icon beside the subscribe button so that you're notified of all my future uploads. And if you enjoy the video, give it a big thumbs up and we will go ahead and get straight into the video. So the first thing that I'm going to do is prime my face. I'm going to be using the Watermelon Face Milk from 4th Ray Beauty. And I'm going to take 3 drops of that on my hand. And then I warm it up in my hands and then put it on my face. Next, I'm going to take the 4th Ray Watermelon Seed Oil. I can't ever find this one anymore, like the watermelon one, but they have lots of other different oils that you can use. And I like to use these two because they work really well at helping your makeup stay on your face longer. These are skincare products, but I like to use them to prime my face. While I let that sink into my skin, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows and my eyeshadow. So for my brows, all I'm going to use today is just a spoolie and this Maybelline BROWdrama Sculpting Brow Mascara. So that's what I'm going to use today. Sometimes I'll use a pencil as well, but I'm just going to use this gel today. So I just like to brush my eyebrow hairs upward, and then I like to shake this up just a little bit, and then I will use this. This is what the end of this one looks like, and this is in the shade Soft Brown. And I just run it upwards through my brows. I also will take my finger and go along the top just to kind of flatten those hairs back down. They're still pushed up, but they're not like super tall. I also wanted to mention that when I use a brow gel, I usually don't carve out like the bottom of my eyebrow with concealer, just because I didn't use like a pencil or anything. I just ran color through my brow, so I just go ahead and move on to priming my eyelids. So I'm going to use this e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Light Beige to prime my eyelids. And I use concealer every time I do my eyes, no matter what it is, unless I'm like just doing mascara. But every time I do eyeshadow, I use concealer. I just feel like this really works best for my eyes. And I will use quite a bit. You don't have to use that much, but I like to bring it all the way up to where my eyebrows are, so I put more product than you really need. You could just do just like your eyelid. I'm just going to use my Coty Airspun powder to set that, and I just take it on a little slanted fluffy brush. You could take it on any brush though, and I will just pack that on the brush and then brush it over. I like to like pack like this and then brush it off. And I'll do the same thing on the other eye. Now that I have my concealer set, I'm going to jump right into the eyeshadow portion. So I'm going to be using this Gingerbread Extra Spicy palette, and I'm going to be taking, I think I'm going to just start with this Vanilla Wafers. It's just a really light, like white creamy shade, but I'm gonna take that just to lay down a shadow before we put the other shadows on. And I almost always do this. If I'm doing a colorful look, sometimes I won't, but most of the time I like to make sure I just put a shade down. Even if you can't really see it very much, it just helps, because when you start adding other shadows on top, they blend better. So now I think I'm gonna take in a pinch first and see if that's gonna be dark enough or not, because I don't want this color to be too dark. I want it to kind of be lighter. I just want to take this shade up here and then blend it out right at the outer corner. And this is a really pretty light orange shade. I do really like this shade, but I think I'm gonna add extra spicy on top of it still. So In a Pinch is a lighter orange, and this is more of like a burnt orange. So I'm gonna take that fluffy brush again and just pack that on the brush, and I'm gonna run it a little lower. So I'm gonna run it right over where that light orange is, but I'm not gonna go up as high with it. I just wanna make it just a little bit darker, because I'm gonna use this dark brown in the palette, and you could use it with that light orange, but I think I just wanna use it with this burnt orange instead. And I'm gonna tap this brush off and dip back into that lighter orange and just kind of brush it at the very top, just so that I don't lose that color. Now I'm gonna jump into the Cookie Call color over here, and I'm gonna take this smaller fluffy brush and focus this on the outer corner, so that I can deepen this up some. That I've laid that shade like as dark as I want it to be, I'm gonna go back in with this fluffy brush, tap off to make sure there's no excess product, and then I'm just gonna run over that brown with it just to blend it a little more, just so it's not so harsh. I want it to blend better into the other shades, so I just kind of go back and forth like this to do the blending of the darker shade. After I've done that, I'm gonna put this shimmer shade in the center, and instead of using one from the Gingerbread palette, I'm gonna use the Through My Eyes palette, and I'm gonna try to use this shade right here. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but it's like this goldish shade, so I'm gonna use it. Oh, it's really pretty. I'm gonna use it on my inner lid just to bring some sparkle to the look. And I like that it's a darker golden shade too, so it's not super bright. I want it to just kind of blend in with the other shades. So this is what the eyeshadows look like so far. I'm gonna take this little fluffy brush for just a minute, and I'm gonna just smoke out that brown just a tad, just so it's not super harsh glitter line. But this is what it looks like so far. I'm gonna take a little flat brush like this, and take that concealer again, and I'm just gonna draw a line just to make it more defined instead of like messy looking. I want it to look more structured. So all I do is just take the concealer on this flat brush like this, and I make a line and pull it out, and then I just blend it out with my finger and see how it just makes it look more defined. I don't always do this with eyeshadow, but a lot of times if I do more of a glam look like this, I will, just because I think it looks better to me if it's more defined. You can also do this beforehand by putting a piece of tape down, and then it's already, like when you start applying the shadows, it's in a line. I just always do it with concealer though. So that's what it looks like whenever I define it out. Now that my eyeshadow is done, I'm going to take my beauty blender and my little palette with my foundation on it, and I'm gonna do my foundation next. So I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. Mine is in the shade Almond. Just buff that around my skin. After my foundation, I'm going to take this other concealer. This is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer Matte Finish in the shade Light Sand, and I'm going to take this under my eyes, and I'm also going to put it on this blemish over here. Usually I cover these before I do my foundation, but I forgot, so I'm just gonna do it after. And I just take this, make a little line like this, and then bring it out. Any excess that I have on the sponge, I will take down the center of my nose and right above my lip and my chin. Now I'm gonna set all of that, so I'm just gonna dip into my Coty Airspun powder, and I just like to sweep it across under my eyes with a brush, and then I will take my beauty blender to set the rest of my face. Everything's set. I'm gonna go ahead and finish my eye portion. So I'm gonna do, again, the Through My Eyes palette, and I'm gonna use this teal color just to change it up a little bit. I've seen where this looks really pretty on people, so I'm gonna try and see if I like it or not. I don't know, I feel like this one may be too dark. Yeah, I think this shade is just too dark. I'm gonna find another palette real quick and I'll be right back. So I have this Jaclyn Hill palette that I'm gonna use instead. It just looks like this, and I'm gonna use this shade down at the bottom. It's a bit brighter and more of what I was going for. So I'm going to try to layer this on top and hopefully it'll look good. Yes, that is better. I just feel like this brighter color pops better with the other eyeshadows. Now I'm gonna go in with mascara. I'm gonna use two different curlers today. So this one is from the Dollar Tree, and I like to use this one first just to flare my eyelashes out, like make them more natural. And then this one I got from Walmart. I don't even know what brand it is, but it just looks like this, and it's from Walmart. And this one I use to make my lashes look taller. Like this makes them just kind of lift, and then this one makes them look like really long. So I always use this one first and then this one, and then I will go in with my mascara. So now I'm going to take my mascara. This is the Telescopic mascara from Loreal. I really like this one. This is waterproof. And I'm just going to take that on my lashes. I really like this mascara because it lengthens my eyelashes really well. I'm also going to use this on my bottom lashes. So this is what my eyes look like with the mascara added. Now we're going to move on to the complexion part of my face. So I already obviously did my foundation, concealer, set everything. So now I'm going to go into my bronzer. I'm going to use this big fluffy brush, and I'm going to use the e.l.f. bronzer palette, and I'm going to take this shade up here, and I'm just going to warm the face up. And I just like to do it on my cheeks, and then I also work it around the top of my head, and I will go under my chin as well. And I'm actually going to add some of this darker shade down here on top of that just to make it just a little bit darker. I don't want too much. I just want to darken that just a little bit. So I'm just gonna layer that one on top. Now I'm gonna do blush. So I'm gonna use two different blushes. I'm gonna use a cream one, and then I'm gonna set it with a powder. So the cream one is this blush stick from Colourpop in the shade Mini Me. It looks like this. It's just this really pretty, almost like baby pink. And I'm going to take this flat brush like this, and I just get some of the product on there, and then I just stipple it onto my cheeks. And these are really pigmented, so you have to just be careful when you're applying it. And I take whatever excess that I have left and just kind of dot it at the end of my nose. I don't want to do it too dark, so I'm just going to leave it like this, and then I'm going to set it with the top of the Christmas Cookie House Party palette. I'm going to top it with this Daydreamer color right here, and this is just to set the cream product so that it doesn't move throughout the day. And this side looks like it got a little too dark, so I'm just going to go back in with my beauty blender and just kind of blend around the edges so that it's not so harsh. Now I'm going to go in with my highlight. I'm going to use the Master Fairy highlight, and I just take this fluffy brush and I mix all of the shades together, and it gives you this really pretty golden shade. And you can make it really subtle, or you can build it up and make it blinding. And I'm also going to take it on the end of my nose, and I'm going to use this smaller brush that I have and dip into just the gold part of that highlight, and I like to take it down the bridge of my nose in my inner corner, and I will also take it under my brow bone. Before I do my lips, I forgot I'm going to use this black eyeliner pencil, and I'm going to tight line. So I'm going to tight line up here, and then I'm also going to put this on my lower lash line. I've been doing this a lot recently. I just think it looks really pretty and helps pull the look together. So this is just from, I think this is from Wet n Wild. The name is rubbed off, but I'm pretty sure this one's from Wet n Wild, but you can use any black eyeliner pencil. So I just feel like that pulls it all together, and now we're gonna do the lips. So for lips, I'm gonna try something new today. Oops. I've done this process before, but I'm gonna use different colors and just see how I like it. So I'm gonna take this like really pink color, and I'm gonna line my lips with it. This is a matte lipstick. This is from Wet n Wild, and this is in the shade Berry Recognize. Then I'm gonna take this lighter shade. This is a matte lip lacquer in the shade Pink Drop, and I'm gonna kind of like put that in the inner part, smooth those together, and then I'm gonna put this gloss on top, which is this High Shine lipstick, and it's from Wet n Wild. So we're gonna see how this looks. It may turn out not good, but I'm gonna try something new. So I'm just gonna use what's on this wand right here, and I'm gonna take this flat angled brush and take it on that and just line my lips with it. I don't have any lip liners. If you had a lip liner, you can obviously use that instead. And as I line, I'm just going to drag it down just a little bit. I take that back. I'm just going to use what's on the end of this wand. I got way too much. This is already going south. Okay. That is all lined, and it actually doesn't look too bad right this minute. So I'm gonna add this Pink Drop color, and I'm gonna try to scrape off as much as I can off of the applicator, and I'm just gonna put this all on the center. It looks kind of crazy. Hopefully this gloss will fix it. I tried to just blend them together so it's not just such a harsh distinction between the lighter shade and that one. I'm now going to add this High Shine lipstick on top. This is the Petal Poison color. It's a pinky color, sort of. And I'm going to add this. Oh no. That was, no. that's not gonna work. It's too dark. So I'm gonna take this color instead. This is Baby Cakes from, where is this from? Well, I can't find where it's from. LA Colors, that's where it's from. I wanted a lighter gloss on top, so let's try this instead. I like that a lot better. So they're not perfect. I obviously would need to practice more. It also would look better if like I had an actual lip liner, but I think it turned out really pretty. And it's muted enough that it goes with the eyes. So this is my final glam transformation. Oh, wait, I'm gonna set it. So I'm gonna use the Flower Beauty setting spray. I'm just gonna shake this up a little bit and set my makeup with it. Fan that, and while I'm letting that dry, I really hope you enjoyed this style of a video where I just kind of played with makeup and got ready with you. So if you want more videos like this or have any other suggestions, comment that down below. And if you enjoyed, make sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next video.